straight in with the hard question.
Yeah.
Filth is a notoriously gruesome book, amongst other things.
Yeah.
How do you translate that to the screen?
You avoid all the flaky balls that's in the book. That's a very hard thing to do. No, I mean, I think for us it was about focusing on the comedy side of it. You know, that was kind of what first got us into the material, just focusing on the comedy. A lot of it is very dark, and then trying to find the spine of it, which is, you know, really it's Bruce's kind of descent, but you know, the things like trying to manipulate his way towards a promotion and trying to win back his daughter and all these other things. But ultimately, you know, getting into the book, it is, like you said, it's quite a dark book. You know, it can be incredibly dark, but it was really trying to focus on the comedy first and foremost.
From a producing point of view, you've got, I mean, James McAvoy is a draw, but he's not a guaranteed success. And Irvine Welsh is a popular author, but he's not a guaranteed success. So how do you go about convincing people that this package is worth putting money into?
Very, very difficult to do, actually. And you know, we had a lot of people back us on this film because, you know, we kind of had to do it by piecemeal. You know, it was a gamble, like you said. I think the great thing about, you know, someone like James is that he's kind of an actor magnet of sorts. So I think while maybe it's, you know, he's not necessarily yet, and I think after this maybe his star will definitely go up, but you know, he attracts other casts. So our cast ensemble is like phenomenal. You know, we've got Oscar winner and Jim Broadbent, Jamie Bell, Imogen Poots, you know, some of the finest Scottish actors out there. Eddie Marsan is brilliant. So I mean, that helps once you start, you know, with James, once you start building the team around him, then, you know, that helps make the film a little more sexy. And you know, Irv is Irv. I mean, he is, you know, he's the author of Trainspotting, and while that's not always led to success on his other films, the key thing about this one is that we had a tremendous script. I mean, we had an incredible script to start with, you know, and that was really the starting point, is having the script, then having Irv kind of not only give us his blessing, but also, you know, really being in love with the script himself. And just as a team, really, you know, Irv and Jon S, Baird, the writer-director, and James and myself, I mean, we were, you know, we had a lot of people supporting us, but we were a very, you know, strong team as well.
The film's had, well, in Scotland, it's the biggest opening any film's ever had last weekend, apparently. Well, apparently.
Wow, okay.
Does that take the pressure off you a little bit?
No, not at all. I mean, it raises a bar. I mean, that's incredible. We knew it was a very strong opening, but, you know, now we're just anxious to see how it does south of the border, you know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays in the rest of the UK. I know that our campaign is amazing. You know, Lionsgate have done an incredible job. We've got one of the best trailers I've ever seen. I know I'm biased, but I think it's a fantastic campaign with a very in-your-face original poster, and, you know, hopefully people are responding to it. It seems like there's a lot of buzz for it, so I hope people, you know, actually pay and go and see it.
And Irvine has said that it's one of his favourite adaptations of his work. Does this mean that you'll be working with him again?
I would love to. I mean, I think Irv is, you know, probably against type or against what maybe people think of him. He's just a very soft, gentle guy with, you know, very self-deprecating, a great sense of humor, of course. I love his work. His work is very dark. I will go on record as saying that my favorite book of his, after Filth, is Marabou Nightmares. That is going to be a hell of a book to try and adapt, because that is dark, if you want dark. But, you know, it's we'll see. I'd never say never. You know, I'd love to work with Irv again. Yeah, sure.
Marvellous. Hopefully that'll be your next project. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. Thank you.